Hey guys, it's Chuck. Welcome back to my channel, Outside Screwball. Thanks for stopping by. It's April 30th today, in hotter than Haiti here in the San Francisco Bay Area. And as you know, I've had a little hangover from April 1st, April Fool's, and I said I'd get it out of my system by the end of this month, and this is my last day, so let's see where everything goes. Look at the size of these vices. Hang on guys, and let me move the camera so we can get a better view. Where the hell's my scale? Do you got my scale? Okay guys, anybody that paid attention and guessed 6 vices, you were correct. Sorry about kicking the camera there. So you saw this one the other day, the pan of ice. You've seen this one back in the past, the Wilton power arm. Tom's a little jealous for what I paid for that. This guy's just a little vise that I've had, picked up, threw it on the table here. It's not a bad one for what it was, a little hobby vise that I had. This is the Charles Parker that I picked up the other day, and I haven't mounted it yet. And I dismounted this Wilton shop vise. I bought this vise back in the early 70s, my first vise. And I'm having heart pains about getting rid of it. I made aluminum jaws for it, and it's been in my tool room there. And I did dismount it, and I'm going to give it to my buddy Chewy. It's got the pride for my hands, but it's going to go to him. But the purpose of this video is this boy back here. This is a Wilton Air hydraulic vise that I just purchased the other day. And this tailpiece is a stock item. So I've got a manual or catalog from the 1960s, and we're going to do some pages through that, and I think you guys will find it really interesting. So stay tuned, and I'll be back with that information. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Not 2, but 6. Okay, guys? Be back with you. Okay guys, some catalogs. This is the one, some catalogs my buddy gave me the other day to borrow. And you can see here's one on Wilton Machinery Guide. We're not really going to look at that, and we're going to get into this Aloris catalog. There's some interesting things in there that I think you'll enjoy. We'll take a look at. But this is what we wanted to look at, and sorry for this glare here. It's a stupid incandescent light, but we'll see if we can work through it. This is a Wilton catalog, 118. Everything in manual and automatic clamping. And you can see it's got the nice big bullet vise there. And the little drawing here. Wilton vices, more muscle, pound for pound. Here's an interesting thing. Unconditional 5-year lifetime guarantee. Everything you can see on a Wilton vise is unconditionally guaranteed for 5 years. Well, this book is probably what, 40 plus years old. The parts you can't see, the spindle, the spindle and the nut are guaranteed for a lifetime. So that's something I never knew. And so if anybody's got a Wilton vise where the spindle and nut wore out, I got a copy of this. You can send it to you, and you can go chase Wilton. So anyway, interesting book from back then. Talks about the Wilton vices and how things are done. Now this vise here, I don't know if you can see it over here, but it says the new power screw hydraulic tightening, and they show a picture of power steering, which of course was coming out back in the day when this manual was done. And it's interesting. New hydraulic power screw takes the grunt, cheater, and hammer blows out of vise tightening. Power screw goes to work automatically each time the vise jaws engage the workpiece. No buttons, cams, or attachments of any kind. Just a sealed, self-contained 3-ton hydraulic helper that delivers more speed and more output. Now, for myself, I've never seen one of these vices. I don't know if anybody's out there seen them, but I haven't. But let's move on. And so, in here, they basically review all the different vices: drill press vices, woodworking vices, offset vices, C-clamps. We're going to blow through here. More clamps, the power arm vices, there's just quite a variety of the power arms, which I didn't know. I have the one out that I showed there is the Power Arm Junior, but you can see they have quite a few different power arm setups. Then they also have for printed circuit board and things like that back in the day, vacuum base, on and on. And now we're getting into the hydraulic vices, and they have a whole section here writing about it. Wilton Air hydraulic boosters. So they show the different accessories that came with the air hydraulic vices, which was booster units, the pumps, hand pumps or air override pumps, air override units. Here's another picture of the air hydraulic booster. And I know I'm going through this quickly here, but I don't think you want to sit here and read the catalog with me. But anyway, here's the whole write-up on that power lock system and the clamping cylinder. And we're going to move on to, and here again is the hydraulic booster and all the different accessories that go with it. Wilton power slide hydraulic clamp. Another item, we're not going to get into it, I don't have it, but it's similar to a mill clamp that's used on the table. Wilton power jaw machine vise. So here they have a hydraulically operated machine vise for a mill. But this is the one we wanted to get to right here. I'll adjust the book a little bit here so you can see it. Now, I saw this vise on Craigslist, and my initial assumption was that this tailpiece was something that somebody put on there. I had never seen one of these vices, and the fellow wanted $150 for it, and I offered him $125, and he took the price that I offered. Interesting enough, I live in the San Francisco Bay Area, and this vise was down in the Fresno area. Well, Ray Caniglia lives down there, and I asked Ray if he could go pick it up for me, and he did. He went and got it, and then I have another friend that happens to live down in Fresno and works in the Bay Area, and Gary picked it up from Ray and delivered it to me. So anyway, there's the whole story behind the vise. And how this vise works, and I'm going to show you how it works, but the Wilton-O-Matic is what it was called. Vices are fully automatic with both closing and opening strokes, obeying a touch of the foot pedal. Maximum closing force between the jaws varies from 2,500 foot-pounds to 6,800 foot-pounds, depending on the vise selected. Locking forces can be reduced by cutting down on the amount of input air pressure. The main screw and nut of the vise remain engaged at all times. This virtually eliminates changeover time between jobs, since the static jaw opening is set by rotating the handle as on a conventional vise. The Wilton-Matic vices are safe and foolproof. Power stroke is limited to a half inch, even when the vise is empty. Recommended usage is to preset the jaws to the smallest possible travel, which will allow the workpiece to be loaded without interference. Wilton-Matic vices operate on airline pressure from 30 to 120 psi, with locking forces varying in proportion to the input pressure. For best results, input pressures should range from 65 to 100 psi. So I'm going to show you this vise in action. And like I said, I had never seen one before, and it's pretty interesting. And then just to finish up with this book, the Wilson Cadet vise, the go back here and move it back, the Shop King. Just quite amazed at all the different vices that they had out there. The Scout, the Economy, the Hobby. So anywho, we'll go out there and I'll show you the Wilton O-Matic in action. Okay, hang with me and we'll be back. Let's see, we've got another portion here. I didn't catch this just like during the page. Yeah, it looks like a similar catalog. Yeah, pretty much similar. Okay, we will be back. Okay guys, so just to give you some information on this vise, it's a Wilton 450 back in the day. The jaw width is 4.5 inches. Let me grab my scale. Where the hell's my scale? All right, well, I don't have my scale. I can't find the doggone thing. Yeah, jaws are 4.5 inches, and usable jaw opening is 7 inches. The maximum power stroke is 4.5. The depth of the throat is supposed to be 4.5. It says 4 right there. Let's see. Depth of the throat. 4 1/8. My bad. And the weight of the vise is 104 pounds. Now, when I saw the vise on Craigslist, again, I mentioned I had no idea that this piece was stock, but basically the size of the vise, and the guy said that it worked. I knew I was at least getting a bullet vise. Whoop, and sorry about that noise. I knew I was getting a bullet vise that would work, and this was just some oddity in my mind when I bought it. The total vise length here is basically, that's 2 foot right there, and I'll show you after. The swivel mechanism on the vise works, and so this basically is the air unit. This is where you put the air in back here, pull this plug out, and oddly enough, I was quite surprised when I put air to it. The unit works. Due to its age, I assumed that it would have O-ring leaks or some mechanism problem, and the unit works fine. Somebody had made aluminum jaws for it. They're quite beat up, and so I'll be making. I'll probably make new aluminum jaws for it. Is my plan. But let me get the air set up on it, and then show you a little demonstration of this vise. Okay, be back with you shortly. If I can just find my damn scale. I'll be back. Okay guys, I'll give you a little demonstration of the unit here. Get my pointer out. What I've done is my snap-on compression tester. I took that apart because it has a air release valve on it when you're doing compression tests. So this is kind of just a Joe McGee setup here, but just to show the operation of the vise. I'm going to go on the other side of the camera. I'm running about 100 and a little over 100 pounds of air pressure here, and I'll show you how the vise closes. If you notice back over here, you'll see where the vise, this air drive separates. Interesting enough, it said that these are real safe. Talking to my mentor friend Chewy, he says in his day he's seen a lot of guys get their fingers in these vices. So anyway, I've got it open up quite a bit, and you're going to depress the air, and there it is, locked in, and then release, and it comes out. Locked in, release, it comes out. So you can see with a foot pedal, somebody doing real quick, work on the piece, release it, and foot pedal again, work on the next piece, release it, and you could go quite quick. It'd be a sad day if you got your finger in there, though. I'll tell you right now, I have a little bit of an air leak right here. That's why that piece came out. This fitting, the two threads aren't perfect. But anyway, and it's something Snap-on. I think Snap-on has their own thread on that, the air pressure side of that gauge. But anyway, that shows you the unit working, and then you can still use the vise as a normal vise if you want to. You don't have to use the air setup. You can still close it down just like that. Okay, so I thought I'd show it to you. I'd never seen one before. It's a nice vise. Going to make some new jaws for it. Don't think I'm going to take it apart and clean it. I like the look of it right now. A well-used workhorse. So hope you enjoyed seeing it, and we'll move on in this video. Hey, something I forgot to mention, a little story also. When I got the vise, of course I had a photograph of it, and so I got a hold of Wilton, and I sent a email to somebody in customer service, no, somebody in the tech department there, and said I need some more information on this vise. And this was prior to my buddy giving me that catalog we looked at. And I got a response, and they said, oh, that's not a stock item. Somebody added that onto the vise. And wasn't half an hour later, my buddy showed up with the catalog, and so I wrote back and I said, no, this vise is called a Wilton-O-Matic. And the same person wrote me back and said, I've talked to my vise expert, and that's not a Wilton product, and we have no record of it. So of course I immediately took a snapshot of the catalog page that I showed you guys and emailed it to him, and the immediate response was back, what catalog is that? So I gave him the catalog number, or I took a photo of the catalog, sent it back, and I got a response, we have no record of that. Of course Wilton, I think, has been bought out by somebody else, and hence no record. But their vise expert had never seen one either. I thought that was a funny story to add to this little saga on this vise. Okay, hope you guys enjoyed. I forgot the noise. Hey, where's my scale? Where the hell's my scale? Oh, there it is. How can I do any measuring if I don't have my scale?